The Palm Beach Civic Association brings you Palm Beach TV, the island's only newscast. We're sponsored by the Fortin Foundation of Florida. Our mission is to inform town residents about the unique challenges of island life and to highlight the actions and achievements of our leaders and the dynamic people who live here. Now the news.
Welcome to Palm Beach TV. I'm Wendy Rutledge. It seems like just about everybody either knows somebody who has COVID-19 or has recently had it themselves. In fact, the CDC has classified Palm Beach County as a high rate of transmission area. So the question now is, just exactly where are we in this marathon of a pandemic?
Over the last 2.5 years, we're up to well over 500 million cases in the world, over 6 million deaths in the world. The virus keeps going.
Well into year 3 of SARS-CoV-2, or COVID, we have watched a scientifically fascinating but personally devastating evolution of the virus. From the Alpha original strain in December of 2019, mutating to the Delta strain out of India, then last fall, Omicron appearing on the horizon as BA1. Now, here we are with the 5th version, BA5, and it is mowing down everyone in its tracks.
I had chills. I started to run 104.5 fever for several days, and I was very, very fatigued, sleepy.
Careful, always masked when out in public, fully vaccinated and boosted. Healthcare Committee Chair Judy Goodman and her husband Jay both got COVID despite every possible precaution.
We've learned that vaccines and natural immunity, it reduces, but it doesn't stop transmission.
Another lesson learned, that as the virus mutates and evolves, so too do the symptoms.
The virus has evolved to be more infectious, but less severe. And so the symptoms I'm hearing with BA5 are headache, sore throat, and fatigue. Those are the biggest ones. Whereas previous variants, it was shortness of breath and cough and the loss of smell and all that. So the symptoms are kind of evolving along with the virus.
Which may explain why Judy got an unusual symptom, a rash.
I did have this viral rash that ran the duration and then some. And it was itchy, and it was all over my legs. That was probably, one of the things that I didn't expect.
Still, Judy credits vaccination and the antiviral drug Paxlovid with keeping both her and her husband out of the hospital.
You need to be vaccinated and boosted to ensure that you are, as protected as you can be. And I would urge those who are able to take the Paxlovid antiviral if they fall in the criteria.
And Dr. Dotson says we will see new boosters aimed at the new strains of the virus to be available this fall.
I think SARS-CoV-2 is here to stay, and we're just going to have to deal with it. Fortunately, it's less lethal than it was early in the pandemic.
She is almost 100 years old, and like any near centenarian, she's showing signs of age. But the facelift on the North Fire Station has already started, and it is going to require both patience and positivity on the parts of everyone involved. In a week or so, this modular structure will be ready to house 5 firefighters who will move right next door from North Fire Station, built in 1927, which will undergo some much-needed updating.
We are in our new temporary quarters for Fire Station 2 up on the north end.
Assistant Chief Baker was kind enough to give us a tour.
Eating, cooking is all part of fire culture, so we make sure that they do have. They are phenomenal. We have some of the best chefs around.
All kidding aside, this new firehouse, which crews will work out of for the next 1.5 to 2 years, is built for efficiency and speed.
Everything with this station was designed with speed in mind to get them out of the house and off to the emergency.
Case in point, this room, which will feature a large public safety screen.
With this screen right here, if a call comes in, even before it hits the speakers, it shows up what the call is, what the address is, and gives them directions. So they immediately look over there and they're already making their way to the truck.
That all-important proximity to the truck, also a feature of these two-person dorms.
It's tight, but again, it's efficient. It's very close to where the trucks are going to be.
Though it is clear the fire department is doing everything it can to provide the same level of service to residents during the time they'll spend in their temporary digs, the construction is already bothersome to some neighbors.
The work that's been done for the last couple of weeks there is in direct contact with the southeast wind, which is prevailing in the summertime. So whatever dust there is from the work comes floating into my house.
The town has agreed to provide this resident and any affected by the construction with a schedule of activity at the site so they can better prepare for the inevitable.
Now, unfortunately, construction is dusty. Big trucks, big machinery, road delays, but it's a temporary pain.
So look for North End firefighters to be rolling in and out of this structure very soon. And though smaller and less stately than the grand firehouse they're used to, their mission is still the same.
Number one priority for us, for Chief Donato, is we cannot affect our response times, right? Because on the other end of that 911 call is a resident, and we have to make sure that we get there in a timely manner.
By the way, I have it on good authority that right now there are no hurricane storms brewing in the Atlantic Ocean. So with that, we will say goodbye. We'll see you next time, right here on Palm Beach TV, a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association.
Palm Beach TV is a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association. We thank our sponsor, the Fortin Foundation of Florida, and encourage you, our viewers, to let us know how we can provide news coverage that best serves our members and residents.